Thank you for staying with us, everyone. The People's Republic of China has expressed strong support for President Bola Tinubu's administration while warning against foreign interference in Nigeria's internal affairs following a recent threat by U.S. President Donald Trump. Speaking in Beijing on Tuesday, China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning says the Asian nation remains firmly opposed to the use of religion or human rights as a pretext to meddle in the domestic affairs of sovereign nations. Tonight, I'm joined by Usman Anache, chairman of the Grassroots Advocacy for Peace and Good Governance and a member of the World Human Rights and Peace Commission, UN, for his perspectives on this recent developments. Because the situation has raised important questions about Nigeria's national unity, governance, and the broader implications for peace and unity within our nation. Mr. Anache, thank you very much for joining me. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Right. So first, how do you personally interpret China's support for Nigeria in this context? On the other hand, President Trump's statements, is this a direct affront on Nigeria's sovereignty?
Actually, when you have very good friends and you have very good trade partners, they always stand by you in difficulty and also in areas of happiness and sadness. So we expect China to play the role, because all along, China was good partner to Nigeria since 1970, when they started diplomatic ties on February 10th. So Nigeria and China have so many things in common, and they have so many issues that Nigeria has the resources, while China has the technology, and they have never interfered in each other's internal affairs. And China is ready, and they always ever ready to develop African countries, not only Nigeria. So China is a solid partner, very good friend of Nigeria, and we expect this, that in trying times, China will always stand behind Nigeria. So we are very happy and we are very grateful to China's authorities and the Chinese people and the whole People's Republic of China for standing by Nigeria in this trying period. We are very grateful for them.
And I was also asking if President Trump's statement is a direct affront on Nigeria's sovereignty, because the U.S. often bases such decisions on reports of religious persecution or violence. So, how would you then assess the current state of religious freedom and tolerance in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, we have religious freedom, we have religious tolerance. Everybody in Nigeria is free to worship whichever the religions you want to follow. You see, the issue of bringing religion by President of the United States is not the religions per se. It's not the persecution of the Christians or the genocide on Christians in Nigeria. He's just trying to bring the religion issue in order to divert the attention of Nigeria and add foil to the already lingering issues we're having, which we allege his country has so many hands. Is it declared by one of his senators that you said United States Agency for International Development is the sole sponsor of Boko Haram. This has been made clear in the U.S. Congress, and he has never disputed it. And now he's trying to say that he's coming here to defend the Christians. All like to him, he knows vividly he's not here for the religion's purpose. He's not here to defend any Christian. He's only here to rob our unnatural resources. And by seeing us turning our own distant attention to Asian countries who are very friendly, who always doesn't interfere in our internal affairs.
All right.
So we are already having. Yes.
Right. I wanted to ask, are there areas where the Nigerian government can still do more to protect or promote religious coexistence and prevent extremism?
Yes.
Okay.
The best way Nigerian government can do it is to sanitize the clergymen, the preachers.
Sanitize the clergymen?
Yes, the religious leaders need to be sanitized, because most of the problem is not from the followers, but from the preachers in both religions, the Islam and the Christianity. You see, in Islam, we have some religious leaders who are just preaching to have money, or who are preaching just to divide the attention, divide people, or to bring the chaos. Likewise, in Christianity, we still have the same type of people who are not following the normal terms of the holy books. They are only following their own selfish interests. So this the Nigerian government is supposed to come in and sanitize the religion sector, and at least make sure that anybody who is preaching must to know the two books, and he must preach what is supposed to be preached. Not only that, bringing his own selfish interest. You see, in Nigeria today, we are trying to make religion as if a business venture. Some of us just register some religious distant organizations just to have money. So this needs to be stopped. If you want to have money, you must go and do another business, not through the religion. You will see some of our imams, some of our religious Islamic scholars going in siren with bodyguards. You will see some pastors going on aeroplanes. So all this, we call it a religious business, need to stop.
All right.
So
that's a different perspective, and it sounds very interesting to me, because I don't think I've heard that before now. How do we achieve that as a nation?
We can achieve that by bringing up a board or a committee that anybody who's supposed to qualify as a preacher in Islamic religion needs to go to that committee and be cleared and be certified to do the preaching. Likewise, in the Christianity, we're supposed to have that, because there's some certain knowledge, some certain maturity that you're supposed to exhibit before you go to preach any of these religions. But you will see sometimes we have some religious leaders that have just become a Facebook or Twitter or whatever distant preachers that can just preach anything anyhow. It's not able. You see, when you know religion, you know that the category of people that you're supposed to preach some certain things to. So those who can comprehend at their own level is what you will teach them. But you will see somebody now teaching the religion to the people that cannot even comprehend, and they're living the actual principles of the religion, and they're coming to just start preaching on how to make argument, or how to make people, or how to make money. So these things are supposed to be stopped. All religious leaders need to go to engage in business to make money, not to make money through the religion. The real religious leaders, both the Islamic and Christians, are there doing their best, doing their work, but you will see that some of them will have so many intruders inside, which need to be sanitized.
But also, Mr. Anache, one of the U.S. concerns is alleged human rights abuses by security forces. I'm wondering, how can Nigeria balance, firm counter-terror operations with human rights compliances?
You see, in Nigeria, our security forces has a very, very good record of human rights protection. We at the grassroots, we monitor them even at the front.
Okay.
We see what they do, and we see how they help everybody within that norms. If you talk of human rights violation, U.S. is the first human rights violator in the whole world. You see, even now, let me be point blank to you. It is not based on religion that the U.S. is trying to come to Nigeria for a war. They have so many certain reasons. Economic reason is the reason of why they are coming, why they are always making this threat. Don't forget, President Aswaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu has now cleared the oil sector, that we don't have the oil theft in the Niger Delta anymore. And it is this stolen crude oil that they usually use to develop their economy. It's no more coming. Now, they turn to our refining capacity. Now, President Aswaji has again approved the refining capacity of Nigeria to have the domestic consumption here refined in Nigeria, which make their refineries redundant. So this is killing their economy. Another thing is the seeding of these IES countries of Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. They want to have control of their own resources, and they can no more control it. And they put sanctions on Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. But with Nigerian assistance, their sanctions of those countries will not work. So this is the problem that they are in Nigeria, concerning country, that they will pressurize first, so that we can go for negotiating, and later on they will put some strong terms that we have to comply if they are not coming to invade us. So
Right.
this is the reasons why they are there. You know, they are under lockdown today. The American government cannot function, cannot pay the salaries. Over 10,000 traffic controllers cannot receive salary. Even the military in US today cannot receive salary. There's lockdown. So all these things, they have to go and start scouting for other resources in other countries so that they can rob those countries and come and develop their economy. So it's purely economy. They are not here for any religious purpose. They don't respect religion. What of the Colombian people they are killing? What of the Mexicans? What of the Venezuelans? What of the other? They are Christians. So if you why you kill Christians in Venezuela, in Colombia, in Mexico, and and then you are now telling us that you are coming to Nigeria to protect the Christians. So Mr. Trump is not talking of Christianity. He doesn't have any regard for any religion, whether it is Islam or Christian. We have seen what he has done in Gaza through his agent, Benjamin.
I mean, just to corroborate what you have just said, you know, some analysts say the United States is not even in the best position to label other countries, given its own internal challenges with religious and racial intolerance. Do you agree with that assessment? Is this a case of double standards in U.S. foreign policy? You know, should the U.S. still play a moral watchdog role in global religious freedom issues, or has that credibility eroded over time?
They appointed themselves as world policemen, but they are not checking their own home. They only see the fault of others. They only see the problem of others, but they don't see their problem. Instead of him to face his internal challenges and solve his country's collapsing economy or already collapsed economy, he is now scouting for a problem because he needs assistance from other countries who are not ready to cooperate with him with what is happening globally today. Everybody knows that Nigeria has joined the BRICS nations. These BRICS nations, provided that USS code is no more in use and they have launched their own platform for transfer, the economy of the United States will still collapse again because the USS and Nigeria, don't forget, has joined the BRICS. So if you join the BRICS and on that platform, we will change our transfer codes to that of the BRICS. We will change our currency so the dollar will no more dominate the world. It is the BRICS currency, the BRICS nation that will come in and dominate. So he has to start scouting because he has so many stores of weapons which he can use to rob other lesser nations. But as far as we are concerned, religion is not part of the problem.
Right.
He only put pro-religion in Nigeria because we are more sensitive in religion and we are good in the nation, in our nation.
So, Mr. Anache, quickly, because civil society groups often play a role in shaping international perception, and you're executive director of Patriot for Advancement of Peace and Social Development. Do you think Nigerian NGOs and the media have contributed positively or negatively to this issue?
Yes, and even the religious leaders, because
yes, is it positively or negatively?
Actually, both of it.
Okay.
You will see that some portray Nigeria in a positive way, but others are only there to portray Nigeria in a negative way for a small change of money. So that is why I'm saying that after the sanitization of the religion sector, the NGOs like ours should also be sanitized, and all those things should be looked in. Look, it's not only the NGO, even the orientation of Nigerian orientation. Let me give you an example for now. Here in the north, we have ACF, Arewa Consultative Forum, which is purely for the northerners. This organization needs to be reoriented and changed to National Consultative Forum. Anything doing with sectional or the distinct tribal or sectional or ethnicity needs to be readdressed in Nigeria, and their registration needs to be cancelled. Like Afeni Ferry in the West, need to cancel and let them be national. So what I'm saying here is this: any organization which is regional need to be eliminated, need to be cancelled. Their registration should be cancelled. But if you don't have a national interest in any organization like IPOP, ESEN, whatever, so all those organizations also and associations, that doesn't cover the national. You know, we inherited this from the colonial masters. Even our political parties before 1979, they were of the regional district. They are the regional insect.
All right.
So that
so
regional.
quickly, Mr. Anache, because of our time, if you could advise President Tinubu directly about this issue, what would you emphasize?
I will emphasize him to continue with the renewing hope of Nigerians, West Africa, Africa, and the black race in the world the way he started. He should not deter, he should not fear. We are praying for him, and we stand by him, and we stand by our leaders, both the governors, the ministers, and everybody. We are going to stand by them no matter what the situation. So he should continue with the transformation agenda of his government. We are supporting him. We at the grassroots, we are seeing the positive impact of his changes.
All right then. Usman Anache, Chairman, Grassroots Advocacy for Peace and Good Governance, also member, World Human Rights and Peace Commission, UN. Thank you so much for your time and for speaking with us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you for having me.
And thank you very much for watching, everyone. That's a package tonight. I'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.